You don't know your rights.
Yes,
no,
I do.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you...
You think you've seen enough Karen every day and think the Karen around you are the worst? Then this video will make you think again. In this video, you will see people who act outrageously, give themselves all the power, but are immediately knocked down. Let's watch. In the first instance, the woman in the video thought she could escape the police by punching him. On May 14, 2022, a loud argument broke out between a woman and a man at a shopping mall, accompanied by threats of violence. Realizing that the situation was getting worse, some customers present immediately reported the incident.
You gotta give him space, okay? Give him space.
Because he put this every single time. It's crazy.
During the initial contact, the police were forced to separate the man and the woman to prevent the situation from escalating. It is known that the two were lovers. While the police were questioning the man, the woman kept shouting in the middle of the shopping mall that the reason for the argument was because the man had bought her a bag. The two had an argument and the man had asked to return the bag to the place where he bought it.
Okay. Taking care of it.
Lying.
We need you to stay away from here.
He's lying.
What was going on in the first place?
So dumb. How to offer to pay for somebody and buy somebody something and then pay for them and then get mad at them out of nowhere and then take it back and want to return. If you don't want to buy it first, you never should have.
This action angered the woman, who kept standing outside and cursing the man with uncontrollable words. She kept jumping at the man and wanted to hit him even though the police were present. But a police officer had to ask her to back off because of her aggressive attitude that showed no signs of stopping.
Then I put one pair back. Then when he got mad, because you some fucking moron to the TV, go here and then I take these said he doesn't see the nonsense.
I know you're
You ordering ill-fitting suits.
You can...
You mad because your suit don't fit? I don't give a fuck this ass.
Back up. Go ahead. You're gonna go.
She immediately ignored the police officer's instructions. Her reaction showed that she was only interested in the designer bag her boyfriend bought for her. She felt that this was an unfair action against her. She was immediately asked by the police to leave the shopping mall. Contrary to the police officer's orders, she repeatedly asked her boyfriend Joey to come with her.
He popping for me. He's mad at me for no reason over a little image. Like, I just want him to feel me like, come on, please. Like, I'm not mad at him, man. I'm fine. You wanna... Hey, you ever see the bird? Looks like balloony. You ever see that? So he's really gonna return? Seriously?
You're not going to the mall.
I'm not going back to this mall. Well, I can't leave without him.
You can leave without him. You're a grown adult.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're not leaving with us.
Joey! Oh, now you know me.
Come on.
The more the police tried to stop her, the more she resisted. And although she was warned that if she continued to resist, she would be handcuffed. However, she continued to shout her lover's name and push the police officers who blocked her way. Her requests were repeatedly refused, forcing her to act recklessly. As soon as she noticed a police officer off guard, she punched the police officer because she thought this action could be an opportunity for her to run closer to her lover.
You're gonna leave the mall, okay? You're gonna leave the
Watch
mall,
out.
or you're gonna jail. Do you want to pick?
I don't give a f***.
You want to
Neither y'all. Joey!
leave the mall, or you're going in cuffs 3 seconds, I promise you.
The cuffs.
I will put you in the
Three
cuffs.
cuffs.
Okay.
No.
Seriously? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop moving.
I'm not moving, bro. Yeah. You're not okay now. You just I'll be all
Hey, now you caught a felony. Good job.
All right.
He was involved in a verbal dispute with this female. Too busy dealing with you.
You're handcuffing me. It only takes one of y'all. Come on out.
Her reckless actions were costly. She was immediately tackled to the ground and cuffed by the police. Her stupid actions turned a simple argument into a felony. She even became sarcastic while being restrained and dared the police to shoot her if they wanted to. Resisting and failing to comply with police orders would certainly be a charge that would land her in jail. Resisting a police officer is defined in Florida statutes, chapter 843.02, which covers the crime of resisting a police officer with or without violence. Resisting with violence includes actively resisting or obstructing a police officer with force, while resisting without violence is nonviolent obstruction. Resisting with force against a police officer and resisting orders falls under this section. She could face up to 1 year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000 for a first offense. Punching a police officer in protest is the most reckless thing Karen could do. In the next case, we will witness Karen's wild behavior as she declares that the law cannot control her. On January 17, 2022, at 1:54 a.m. during a routine patrol in Pensacola Bay, officers observed a gray GMC Terrain traveling 52 MP8, a 35 mph zone, and immediately stopped behind the vehicle to investigate. Plus, upon initial inspection, officers discovered the vehicle's license plate had expired in October 2021. Officers stopped the vehicle in the CVS parking lot. Upon initial contact, officers observed the vehicle's owner exhibiting extreme pupil dilation, repeatedly covering her eyes when exposed to bright light and acting lethargic.
Officer Banks, Gulf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight? 35. Before you got off the bridge. As soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
140, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, and proof of insurance.
I have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you did. 15-7, 41 with me. Ma'am, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. You are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady. Right. Either you step out the vehicle or I will remove you from the vehicle.
Right.
15-7, sovereign supervisor. Sovereign. No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you.
This is to drive a car. I am not, this is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Officers explained the reason for the stop and asked the female to exit the vehicle, but she repeatedly told officers she needed supervision and refused to exit the vehicle. And when asked what she would do next after calling her supervisor, the driver was defiant and uncooperative if her demands were not met.
Call the supervisor.
Okay.
Right now.
If I don't call supervisor, else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay. You could educate me on what the law is. What? So do you have an ID or you have a driver's license? So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license? I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks. I didn't.
And what is your badge?
Are you failing to give me your driver's license?
I don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay. So you're not going to give me a driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you.
So what law?
Your supervisor.
So just like I'm requesting your driver's license. Okay. Sorry, Turner. A, she won't identify. She won't produce a driver's license. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said any reason why we're driving this fast. And I said you got your license. It goes into I don't need a license to drive the vehicle. Okay. And they said I am traveling.
During the investigation, it was learned that the female driver was from Mississippi and did not have her driver's license with her, as her license expired on October 21st, 2021. And upon further investigation, police discovered that she had an outstanding warrant from Mississippi for failing to appear in court for driving without a license. In response to her resistance and the previous arrest warrant, police immediately restrained and handcuffed the female driver despite her resistance and repeated protests that she did not need a driver's license to operate the vehicle.
I don't care about common law. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
It doesn't matter in what state
it does
I'm in.
matter.
I'm
out of the car now. Undo the seatbelt.
Turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle my face away.
Turn around.
I do not have to have a driver's license.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't. You're supposed to be a police officer.
You should know that you should know that this conversation's over then.
Excuse me?
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail, you're under arrest.
I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of? Or your license out of?
It's not ridiculous. We're not going to play any of these games with you then.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a
citizen. It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
Florida requires you to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
Citizens, you're a
We know
police
your
officer.
rights. We know your rights.
No, you don't.
You don't
I
know your rights.
Yes,
no,
I do.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you know
information, why would I do that? I'm trying to. What are you going to do with my car?
probably tow it.
Why?
Because you are driving without a license.
To have a license. To drive, that is commercial driving.
Upon searching the vehicle, a clear plastic bag containing a white powdery substance was found in the female driver's backpack, which was determined to be cocaine. Based on the initial physical condition and officer experience, the driver was determined to be operating a motor vehicle while her cognitive abilities were impaired.
This is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
Ma'am, I'm telling you right now. No, stop. I'm telling you didn't. Okay.
I obviously have, because y'all are detaining me illegally.
No, you're being arrested, and you have not pissed us off. We are doing our job.
No,
whether you
you're
agree
not.
or not doesn't matter. It's a
You
mute
take
point.
Law is
We
canon. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest of
natural
it.
law.
Who is
common
we?
law.
Who is we? No, police officers. We are police officers. We're not peace officers. We're
Please just let me go home.
no, because you do not have a valid driver's license. You don't know your rights.
I haven't
Clearly,
been ugly to y'all. I haven't. Do
you have not been cooperative. Well, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license,
Because you're
but
telling
yet
me
you
that I have no
believe
choice.
you don't. That's correct. You have no choice. This
Let
is
me
the
go
no. This is the road that's being taken.
There
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
They
not
don't.
the case. Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail. Then if you stay living here and driving a car without getting a valid driver's license,
Inside the vehicle, you are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
The officers did not perform road sobriety tests due to the driver's apparent erratic behavior, including incoherent speech, complaints, irrational thinking, extremely dilated pupils, etc. Based on her physical condition, prior warrants, and the controlled substances in her possession, she could potentially face a lengthy prison sentence. The court reviewed the driver's convictions for operating a motor vehicle without a valid license, driving under the influence, and possession of cocaine. In Mississippi Code, Chapter 1, Section 63, Title 5. The female driver convicted of operating a motor vehicle without a license and previously convicted of driving without a license faces a maximum sentence of 6 months in prison and a fine of $500. The woman's use of alcohol while operating a motor vehicle violates the provisions of Chapter 11. Section 6330, she faces a maximum sentence of 1 year in prison and a fine of up to $5,000. Although the amount of drugs in her possession is not specifically mentioned in the video, the female driver violated Mississippi Law Code 4129139 and received a final sentence of up to 8 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. All right, let's move to the final case when things out of control. On June 3rd, 2024, at a McDonald's restaurant, an argument broke out between the restaurant manager and their customer. The argument escalated when the male customer continued to shout at the manager despite being asked to leave because the male customer was violating the restaurant space regulations. Well, according to the information provided, the argument began when the manager asked the man and his friend to leave when he was smoking and drinking in the restaurant. The manager's request immediately angered the customer.
Get your head on my motherfucking face. Get your hand on my face. Okay. And get back to work. Get your hand on my motherfucking face. Now.
Cross the line.
I didn't. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. No, stop. No, you crossed the line. You crossed it. What's up? What's up?
The customer repeatedly shouted that the manager did not tell him to stop when he was smoking or drinking in the restaurant. He felt that the manager's actions were disrespectful to him and affected his feelings while dining at the restaurant.
And I'm going to deal with this already. Cross the line.
What's up?
Cross the line.
What's up?
All right?
You crossed the line.
I told you. You finished fucking drinking.
Oh, no, you didn't tell me nothing.
That was the
you
end
told
of
me
it.
to leave, and you came over there, and you interrupted me by my meal. You didn't ask me to stop smoking. You didn't ask me to stop drinking. You didn't ask me to do shit. You didn't ask me to do shit.
The man's actions caused a disturbance in the store. He repeatedly asked the manager not to touch him, even though the video clearly shows that the customer was being aggressive and repeatedly approaching the manager to express his arrogance and displeasure. Both the employee and the manager asked the man to leave to avoid the argument from getting worse.
You asked me to leave.
Did you
You
call
didn't ask
the
me
police?
not to
You called the police?
You didn't.
All right.
Call the police. They're recorded. No, recorded. You never asked me to stop smoking. You never asked me to stop smoking.
Get the
You never asked me to
customer.
stop. You're not going to put my hands in my face. You're not going to touch me. And you're not going to touch me.
You get
Period.
You get
And they're going to touch everybody.
Go.
You go back. No. You go here.
I don't know why the fuck y'all
I don't know why the fuck you say I'm scared again. I just nigga born don't have to finish shit for you, nigga.
From the beginning to the end of the incident, the man showed no signs of stopping his actions. It is strange that the McDonald's no smoking and no alcohol rules have been in place for a long time, but this customer was unaware and aggressive about his own wrongdoing. In Florida statutes, chapter 877, section 03 mentioned that anyone who commits an act of a nature that is against public morals or offends the public sense of morality or disturbs the peace of those present or engages in a fight, quarrel, or breach of the peace or disorderly conduct shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the second degree. The male customer's disorderly conduct falls within this framework as he intentionally violated store rules and caused disorder on store premises. Not trying to be aggressive to defend your point of view never ends well. The law is always strict, and those who disregard the law will pay the price. That's the last part. The behavior of those women is crazy, right? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to be the first to receive interesting news. Thanks for all your support.